All right, it's getting to that time of year. We're getting ready to start going outside, hopefully soon. So, how are you going to take your game from indoors to outdoors using your technology? Let's get into it. Hey everybody, Scott Hogan coming at you. We're in the studio. At the time you are watching this video though, I will be out on the golf course, hopefully bringing home another MVP from our annual golf trip. That is what I'm working for. That's what drives me to get better every day. It's a sad existence when you're a golf pro and you just have that to look forward to nowadays. But anyway, we're gonna get better on our golf game. And so as we're getting and leading up to that trip, one of the things is trying to get ready to be able to compete and perform a little bit outside, all right? So there is a little bit of pressure on the trip. We do play, rules and all that stuff. And, I am gonna try to play tournaments going forward in the summer. So these are some of the things I would do, I've used for years with my students that have had really good success. And we're going to talk about that here as we go. Before we do that, make sure you click that subscribe button. Hopefully you enjoyed the videos with Mike Carbray. We have more videos coming up with Movement 3 Golf, True Spec, and Rick Silva. He is a really interesting golf coach with some really cool ideas and a lot of information that goes behind it. So you don't want to miss out on that. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So we're going to get into, we've got to go out and play some golf here. And this is where, if you are trying to get better, you have a couple of goals that you're trying to do. One, you are trying to become target centric, okay? We also would call that external. You're trying to have an external focus in your golf game. We cannot perform in sports if we have an internal focus. When I coached college, our team rose over 150 spots in the rankings because I never talked to them about anything internal. I accepted that my players, when I had them, they were gonna have their swings that they were gonna have. But we rose because we talked about having some external focuses. What's your target? How are you gonna hit the shot? What club are you gonna hit? How are you gonna hit that club? Those types of things. Those are the questions you need to have answers for on the golf course. Not, all right, am I keeping my elbow in? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? You need to solve those problems inside in the bay. Those need to be solved before you go out to the course. If you're trying to do those things on the course, it's going to be very difficult, okay? Now, the second thing that we are going to do is we need to train in a way that builds confidence. We always hear about this. We always talk about it. We say, hey, the best performers, they're so confident. I wish I was that confident. If I get better, I'm going to get that confident. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a paradox that we go through. You need to build confidence. You need to make yourself confident to perform confidently in a competition. So how can we do that? That's an odd little feeling. So what we're going to do here today, I'm going to take you through one of my skills app tests, and I'm going to link all of them down below. But this is my wedge range that we do. We go from 50 to 100 yards. Why 50? That's the number I picked. Basically, when we started doing these, I used to have X2s. 50 yards was kind of the distance that it would pick up. You could go down to 30. I tend to keep those distances in like a short game setting anyway, but you could really do it how you want to. But I'm gonna show you this test, 50 yards, all the way up to 100. And I need to get some feels for what does it take for me to hit the shots, be able to put the ball on the target, and make some notes of it, okay? So let's get to it. Not too bad there. Good adjustment in the bullseye there. Not too bad there either. Okay. Now we got to go up to 60. Try to play a little more draw shape on that one. Not bad, a little deep, right on target though. There we go. Hit that one really good, carried at 71. So one of the things right off the bat, I hit that 171. I'm gonna make a note of what that swing felt like to hit at 71 because I'm about to come up on 71 as we go. So let's try to take it down a little bit. There we go. So making some adjustments. So one of the things that I want to do as I'm going through this drill, I want to make some notes about what it felt like to be able to hit the ball a certain distance, especially on a bullseye. Okay, so for me, I feel like I'm playing a little bit of a draw shape to them, and then I feel like I'm bringing it back maybe about rib cage high for that 60-yarder. And as I do this more, I'll refine all that. Now, I already hit a 70-yard shot today, so I'm gonna bring it back, try to bring it back where I felt that was, which was like armpit high. That was kind of the mental note that I made for that distance. And then that worked out because obviously I hit it 69.7 right in the middle of the bullseye as we go. All right, let's continue on. Oh, we're dialed in on 70. Dialed in. Oh, I don't think I got it all the way there. I hit it on the toe. Oh, one of the three bullseye. All right, 80 we go. 80 we go. So this is getting pretty full for me with this is my 60-degree wedge. Yep, so a full wedge right there, bullseye with that 60-degree, which is what I plan on and that's what I like for it to be. So these shouldn't be too bad. I hit that one a little high, came up short. Not bad. Those last two I hit a little higher than I would like, so they came up short. But all right, now I got to move into my sand wedge. All right, so I worked through all of my 60-degree. I've now switched to my 55-degree wedge. The goal being here, we're starting over. I know because I'm taking more loft, I'm probably going to have to dial it back down on where I'm feeling like I'm going. So the way I like to think about feels is I think about waist high, rib cage high, armpit high, pretty much full swing, right? You could think about it as like a clock system. That would be something that a lot of people have talked about in the past. Hey, bring it up, bring it down, 3 o'clock to whatever. You know, that just never really worked for me, but it doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you that you want to go with. The big key is, as I'm doing this, I need to be making notes of what I'm hitting these shots, because when these shots come up out on the course, I need to be able to recall where I need to hit these. So we'll keep going through the 90. That was a pretty good one. Again, that felt about rib cage high, I'd say. Another good one. So I think I'm dialed in on that rib cage high. I hit that one good too. That was actually my favorite one. 90 on the dot. 90.0. Sweet. All right, 3 to go. Let's finish it off at 100. So that was about rib cage. So probably need to go up to about armpit, shoulder high, whatever you want to call it. Use whatever terminology makes sense to you. Good distance, pulled it a little. 98.2. All right. 99.4. Made a little adjustment from my time with Rick Silva that he told me to do. That helped it out. That's a little shorter. I could feel that one went a little higher, but not bad. Obviously could have put 2 in the bullseye there as we go. So obviously then we can work our way through looking at things here. So obviously the scores pretty good, obviously from 75 to up to 100. We're at 100% of what the Tour does, so feel good about that. 50 and 60 yards, 50, 60, 70, I should say. I could work on. Now, having that feel, you definitely would be, I'd say, on that shorter end, 50, 60 probably, where I would go. Also, my total score, 69 out of 90. So this is just one example. We would then do a driving test, then do kind of an iron test. You could also do the full bag combine, but I like to break it out and actually work on certain areas to start, and then we'll get that in. If I want to, let's say I go through and do all 3 tests, driving, iron play, I do irons up to about 180, and then we have this wedge test. What I would do is look at which ones I'm not scoring very high in, and then I would put an emphasis on that one. And then from there, what I would actually do is I would try and just improve my score. You build confidence by improving scores, getting your score to go up. So the Skills app is a great way to do that, and this is how I do that, okay? That is how I'm going to prepare. I feel good about the wedges, which I'm glad because I have been working on those a lot. Still would like to get that last one up there, but we'll move on to the driving. We'll move on to the iron play. And then if those 3 are good, you know, that's basically what I've done. I've done what I can do from a standpoint inside the studio, right? I can go putt on a putting mat. I can go chip on the short game areas on here, but those are going to be things that I will probably have to get a little bit of practice on when we get down into, we're going to be in Alabama. So when I get down there, we'll have to do a little bit of practice, but at least I can eliminate a bunch of different areas and realize, hey, that's what I am good at. And that's what your winter practice should be like, is eliminate the areas that you can be really, really effective in. So the ones that you have to go outside and you really got to be on the golf course to work on, i.e. putting, short game, strategy, you can take care of those and you're not too worried about the other things. You can start eliminating from the process as you go. So I'll link all my tests down below. Again, the 3, feel free to use those to add them and get on the leaderboard. We do have some LPGA players that are doing them, so you can kind of see what people are scoring. I feel pretty good about that one. So see if you can beat it, 69 out of 90. I left some room in there, that's for sure. But if you have questions about it, please leave your comments down below. Make sure you follow us over on Instagram. And again, thanks everybody for the support. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. We'll see you in future videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.